So this is an interesting part of my journey as a creator, I think, and I am pretty excited to continue to understand it better. I think in one of my someone asked me something like, why do you keep what keeps you going, or how do you well, I made a whole video, right, about how I stayed motivated, and I said that I stay motivated by focusing on the mastery that I am developing in the medium. And now I think I've picked up a bit of an insight into one element of what the mastery looks like. So when I first tried making YouTube, no, even before I tried making YouTube videos, the beginning of my development as a thinker, as an author, as a putter together of words, right, is I used to write really long blog posts and essays. And by really long, I mean about 1,000 words. So it's not super long, but pretty long. I've written some things about maybe 3,000 words. And, I've written ebooks, but these ebooks are kind of, they're not really designed to be, they're not really books. A book, I feel, it's a journey from A to Z that is the length that it is for a good reason. It's not, whereas my ebooks are kind of like snippets of things stitched together, which works as a reading experience. It's a kind of reading experience. It's legitimate, but it's not a book. And I do think that the distinction matters. And I got pretty good at writing blog posts. I wrote hundreds of them, thousands of them actually. I've written over like almost 800 1,000-word essays on my 1,000-word vomits project. So that's 800,000 words of introspective journaling, and that gave me skill and comfort with playing with a lot of words to assemble meaning in text. And that doesn't actually translate perfectly well. It translates to some degree, but it doesn't translate perfectly well to speaking. I would say it's kind of like learning music on one instrument and then you change to an entirely different instrument, let's say from the guitar to the piano or something else like that. And while there is musicality that you develop as a musician, when you change instrument, there are different things that are specific to the instrument that you have to learn, and that is the fun of learning a second instrument. And then the interplay between your two different instruments improves your perspective on musicality in general, and you appreciate music better. All that thing is awesome. What else? Then I started tweeting a lot, right? And tweeting is different than writing essays because you have of the character limit, and so if you switch from writing blog posts to writing lots of tweets, you train yourself to be able to think in these very soundbitey, and I don't mean that as a pejorative. I think soundbitey thinking can be effective if you use it effectively, and it's not a crutch if you use it well. If you use it understanding its limitations. I think this is true for all mediums. You understand the limitations of what you're working with, and then that will allow you to do something with the medium that you can't do in any other medium. I think this is true for all mediums. I like examining art and paintings and stuff, and I feel like paintings, there's I'll link some of my favorite paintings. There are things that you can do with paint that you cannot do with any other medium, and there are things that you can do with movies that you cannot do in any other medium. The things you can do with TikTok that you cannot do with any other medium. And the idea behind when you decide to use a medium, you want to learn what you can do with that medium that you cannot do with any other medium. And I realized that some of my Twitter threads are actually probably better suited to YouTube video essays, and I will do them eventually when I develop the skills. But at the same time, there is this very specific format that I'm working with right now, and I'm converging on this thing which is like 10 minutes of me talking to a camera. And if you look at my earlier YouTube videos, I used to make videos sometimes going up to, I think my longest one is over an hour. There might even be one that's like an hour and a half, but there was one that's like wooey vlog where I'm just talking kind of casually. And in these 10-minute videos, I'm talking a lot faster, and I'm mindful of the constraint of time. And it's really exciting. I'm really excited by how forcing myself into this container is forcing me to express myself more forcefully and more quickly. And there's something about the energy in these 10-minute videos that's different than my longer kind of half an hour, 45-minute videos. And I wouldn't be surprised if with another 100 of these 10-minute videos, which I can do like more than one of these videos a day. This might be my third video of the day. It's my second back-to-back. I just made one about optimism. And the cool thing about doing these kind of back-to-back videos is that, well, it's not cool that it's back-to-back. Well, it's cool. It's cool that you can make a lot of them, because when you can do something repeatedly over and over again, you can learn faster because you get to, and you can to watch it again more quickly. Like it's kind of boring and tedious that for some of my older videos that are like almost an hour long, 40 minutes long, I have to, even me myself rewatching the video, I get bored. Like, so I know that people get bored watching those videos. I don't feel that it's that exciting or interesting, which is fine. It's a decision that I made to get comfortable with my voice. And I don't know if I would have been comfortable speaking so quickly in those videos because I don't know, there are certain things that require practice and comfort just to work yourself up to it. I think I said somewhere else that, you know, I could theoretically have been making these videos with my camera. I'm holding my camera with my left hand right now. And I could have done this since I got my first smartphone way back in 2013, but I simply couldn't, and I just didn't feel comfortable. The idea of it just felt weird, and so I needed to practice making videos in some other format until I felt comfortable, and then I could come to this and start making videos. It seems weird, you know, like if I could go and talk to my younger self, I don't know if I could somehow persuade him to try making videos on his phone. But anyway, here we are, right? The path we take is the path we take, and this is where I ended up. So maybe even 10 minutes is too long. Maybe I should condense these to like 8 minutes, 7 minutes. I'm going to try and get faster and faster. And I know that there's some things about the YouTube algorithm and how like videos of a certain length probably get better traction or whatever. I don't want to care too much about that. I will do trial and error. I think I'll try like making, 20 videos at 10 minutes, 20 videos at 8 minutes, 20 videos at 6 minutes, and see how each of those things feel. And yeah, I'm just excited to practice condensing what I know into a small amount of space and try to do as much as I can in that space. It's like there's things that my brain is figuring out that I cannot even articulate yet because I don't entirely understand what it is that I'm figuring out, but things are coming together. There's something about I'm developing a more nuanced understanding of time, like how long a video is and how much like blocks of time that I have to say a certain number of things. Like I haven't actually counted the number of words that I can say in a video, right? Like, so in my blog posts, I'm counting the number of words, but here I'm counting an amount of time. And I can, the speed, right? People like to listen to podcasts on 2x speed because they can absorb a lot more information that way. I don't know if that's necessarily ideal, but again, I'm really excited to experiment with these things and to figure stuff out. So, yeah, I guess this is, I want to sort of tell people who are, I know a bunch of people who are following me because they kind of want to see where I'm going with this, and they kind of getting some inspiration themselves for the experimentation that they are doing. And yeah, I don't know if I don't regret the longer videos that I made, but knowing what I know now, I think I would try to get to faster videos faster. I think that'd be good. And so here we are, and let's just keep going and see what happens. Done.